Oh, hello everybody and welcome to Biking Buddies, the motovlog channel. I'm out on the bike today, I'm exploring, I'm doing a recce run, and I'll explain a little bit more in detail as to what I'm up to as we go through this ride. So as always, in fine Biking Buddies fashion, grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a beer, strap yourselves in and come with me on this week's Biking Buddies motovlog. Let's QVT.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison, what's your pleasure?
Okay then folks, so that is the titles out of the way. So let me explain what I'm up to in today's video. Well, a number of weeks ago, I was very fortunate that a fellow YouTuber, way more successful than myself, reached out to me and asked would he mind if he came up to visit us and we could show him around our fantastic area. And that motovlogger is HipoDrones, so Pete, yep, and I agreed to that, naturally, obviously, why would I not? So he's going to come up and stay with us, and we're going to bring him out across the Yorkshire Dales, and hopefully we're going to bring him on this route that I am just doing a little bit of a recce on today. So that's the general plan. I'm not going to film the entirety of the route because obviously I'll do that when Pete's up. But there's sections of this route that I've never been on, so I am quite keen to get out and have a look at it and just see what the day gives. I was going to be flying with Carl today, but he's just doing a little bit of maintenance on the bike, so I am flying solo today, and that's something that I've got to be just a little bit wary of, or a little bit mindful that I am flying solo. So here we are, a little bit of shed spaces again, little fella out for his walk. Morning, thank you. Now the nice thing about today is the majority of this ride is taking me in places that I've never been, so that's always a good thing. I've certainly been looking at the green road map, looking at the legal byways and linking them all together. So we're going to go over the moor tops, down through Nidderdale and over the infamous Scarhouse Reservoir. I'm quite looking forward to that bit. It is an area that I've looked at for a number of months, to be fair, and the ride gets very mixed reviews, from very gnarly, don't do it, to it'll be absolutely fine. So there is only one way to find out, and let's get out here and have a look myself. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So here's some horses. Morning, thank you. Always nice to be nice. Well, here we are, pretty much high up on the moors. This is all brand new trails to me, so quite interesting. It's nice to have that little element of discovery, but it's also very nice to do a little bit of a recce before we actually do this live time in a handful of weeks when HipoDrones is up with us as well. At least I'll have had a bit of a sight, a bit of a foresight into the trail and what's in store for us. We're all going to be on bikes such as the T7, so HipoDrones, if you haven't seen already on his YouTube channel, he rides the Aprilia Touareg. I think that's a 690 or 650 or something like that, so all around that mid-range bike weight. So Richie's going to be back on the Husky 701 and Carl on his 690 KTM Adventure as well. So yeah, it should bode to be a very good event, and I'm really looking forward to it. Feeling quite humbled that Pete reached out to me, but it certainly is going to be a good day, and fingers crossed that we have the weather for it. So without further ado, let's get back on this bike, explore these trails that are beckoning right across the wilds of northern Britain, and this really is what I'm looking forward to sharing with Pete. So it is certainly very open and exposed up here, that is for sure. Let's have a look at this water, see what we're all about. There's been a little bit of water so far, but it hasn't been hugely deep. That one is, he said. But nice and smooth and plenty of grip in the bottom, so we don't mind that at all. can see lots of bypass sections just on the sides here, look, where people have opted to go around the water, but as I say, it seems to be fairly grippy in the bottom. It's got to be a little bit cautious with water, obviously, especially when you can't see through it. Okay, so the sun has just aptly come out now, which is good because that can dry me off. I don't know whether you can see there from dash cam. I've just been through what looked like a fairly inauspicious puddle, and yeah, it was about 2 feet deep, so a big bow wave straight over the front of me and completely soaking wet. But hey ho, that's all part of the fun. So while I just paused here momentarily, let's just have a quick look around us. Actually, is the lens clear and clean? Let's give it a wipe for you guys, because it probably isn't. There we go. So yeah, let's have a look around. This is utterly stunning. Jump off the bike. Utterly beautiful part of the world, and very, very empty and very, very barren. So yeah, having an absolutely fantastic time. Bike's just had a bit of a wash off there, as so have I, but yeah, all is good so far. And this sees the descent down into Nidderdale. And Nidderdale's a very, very pretty dale. I'll actually descend twice into Nidderdale. This being the more sedate and I would say more pleasant, but yeah, definitely this being the more sedate way. Then I climb high up onto the moor off to my right hand side. I traverse across the top for quite a bit, and all of the elevation is lost in a very, very short space of time. And we drop down over that limestone pavement to the limestone edge, and that's where I've got a little bit of a steep and a rocky descent down to Scarhouse Reservoir, where we cross the dam wall and climb back out over the other side up Deadmans Hill and down to Arkleside. So yeah, as you can see, this is incredibly pretty, and on a day like today where we've got the sun just breaking through the clouds, it looks absolutely stunning. And there really is just no need to rush. You've just got to take it all in, sit back and enjoy where you are. So this pretty much sees me cresting over the top now. I'll get a view of Scarhouse, the reservoir, in a second, or a minute or two, just dropping off this front edge. But I think what I will do, before I drop down there, you can see the sun's come out, and man alive, that temperature has shot up. So I think it's an apt time to stop for a little bit of lunch. I can stop with a room with a view, so probably just off this front edge somewhere, and yeah, strip some layers off, that is for sure. Oh look, there's a nice patch of grassette over there. I can just pull up on the outside of the bend. This is quite popular with four-wheel drivers as well. Yeah, look at that, it's perfect. This is a good lunch spot. And there we are. So I can think of worse places to have lunch. I do know that. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Okay then folks, so that was a very, very good lunch stop indeed. So we're just winging this one without the microphone. It isn't particularly windy, so if there's a little bit of wind noise on the camera, I do apologise for that, but I can't really be chewed with getting all of the microphone and everything set up. But that aside, let's have a look at where we are. So we're right on the top of Nidderdale. We're just about to descend for the second time down into Nidderdale. We've got the T7 here just having a little bit of rest, the same as yours truly. And if we spin you around, just have a look behind us there. This is Scarhouse Reservoir down to our left hand side with the dam wall, and we get to ride across the top of that dam wall. We've got this very steep descent to go down, and we can certainly see on the opposite side where the quarry is there, you can see the ridge of the limestone plateau, and that's very much what we've got to drop off the front of here. So it is quite steep. We will end up at the bottom in one form or other. Hopefully we'll still be on two wheels. But it is incredibly warm now. The sun's out, so we stripped all of the layers out, so we're down to just the jersey, and yeah, we're going to enjoy this. The next section of the ride, incidentally, after we go over the dam wall, will take us along the opposite side up onto Deadmans Hill, which is what we're looking at there, and then we drop over the other side down into Coverdale and into Arkleside, and then we're back on more familiar territory. So just before I drop down the bottom there, it is worth mentioning there that I just bumped into a couple of fellow TRFers, typically Nigel and David. Really nice to meet you guys. I've seen you quite a few posts and things, and we've obviously had a little bit of dialogue online, so it was nice to finally put a face to a name. So let's jump on the bike and get down this descent, and we'll see you at the bottom. Okay, so that is enough faffage for one day. I can't be due to get the drone out again, that is for sure. So yes, I'm down at the bottom now. This is Scarhouse Reservoir. Let's just have a look across the dam wall. I mean, that is fantastic, isn't it? How many times do you get to ride or walk or drive across the dam wall? Not very many, I don't think. But yeah, here we are. So we've got Deadmans Hill, a little bit of a rocky climb, and then we plateau along, and then we're up again. So yeah, let's jump on this bike and get this lot dispatched. Okay, so we're working our way along now. Deadmans Hill to my right hand side, and yeah, if we just switch to dash cam, and hopefully you're getting some wider angle shots of Nidderdale and Scarhouse down to my left hand side. On a day like today, beautiful weather. It is invariably busy with lots of walkers and mountain bikers, which is nice to see. And as always, we've got to be courteous to other users of the shared spaces that we're all enjoying. What a spectacular part of the world. I sincerely hope we have weather like this when Pete's up. It'll be such a shame if it's absolutely pouring down. Still, it's a beautiful part of the world, come rain or shine. So this is the steeper side of Deadmans. So it looks like a little bit of a blasted scramble on the way up. Let's go for it. Get that second gear, that is the climber gear on these T7s. Well, Pete, I hope you're good at climbing. It's like a boulder field, lunarscape. I wonder what was wrong with the old Jeep there. Maybe snapped half shaft or something, perhaps. Whoops, this gets towards me. I always have a habit of getting too close to the gates, but this one is towards me. There we go, that looks good. Fantastic. Wow, and we're climbing high above Nidderdale. Let's just have a quick sneaky peek over the wall. Obviously we're going to be up here very shortly, but yeah, this is Scarhouse, and you can see the trail that we came down, and you can also incidentally see the line of the limestone ridge that forms later the limestone plateau. And what an absolutely amazing place this is. Right, and this is the crest across. We've got Nidderdale on one side and we've got Coverdale on the other side, with Arkleside down the bottom. So what's going to be interesting, and this is very much the flavour of the moor top here, Deadmans Hill over on our right hand side, is the peat bogs, and that is what the moor is famed for. And you can see the amount of regrading that's gone on in front of us, and you can certainly see where off-road vehicles have been off-piste, which is really not good. I know that back in November of last year, 2022, I did some volunteer work with the TRF a little bit further down here, just clearing out the drainage ditches, just to ensure that the water runoff didn't erode the path. And it was only a week or two before we were there that somebody had come up in some form of four-wheel drive, something or other, and for some reason best known to themselves, decided they want to take it off-piste, and they got it well and truly buried and bogged in all of this lot. And you can certainly see how easy that would be to happen. We met the landowner, or one of the people that were managing the land, and he was none too impressed, as you would well understand. Made a right mess and a chew and quite a lot of rectification work to put that damage straight. So yeah, very definitely need to keep on piste, and you can certainly see how soft and boggy it is despite the beautiful bone dry weather that we've got. So we'll drop down into Arkleside and yeah, continue on our merry way. So, don't know whether you can see there on the dash cam, but man alive, that is a new concept. Certainly riding with the visor up through those leafy little lanes that we've just come down there, the West Whitton Trail. Man alive, the amount of flies, look. Absolutely gopperooning. Yeah, so lots and lots of flies in the grid, and consequently lots get down the side of your helmet. And you can certainly, you can feel them buzzing around yeah, you can feel them buzzing around kind of behind your ears and in those voids that you've got in the helmet. So yeah, I was desperate to get to the bottom there. Yeah, just to clear the flies away. But that's done. We've got a beautiful day, and I don't know whether you can see down there on the bike. Look at that. It's flashing between 14 and 16 degrees. Absolutely fantastic. Right. So this sees us on Gilbert Lane now, climbing up towards Starling Busk. I tell you one thing, it has been an absolutely fantastic day today. It would have been nice to have the boys out with me. As I say there, Carl's doing a bit of maintenance on the KTM. But not to worry, this is a recce route, as it were, just proving the route for a couple of weeks' time. And up we go. This isn't quite as loose as it has been in the past. And that said, I do love this climb. You come up to this little mini plateau. We're not going to stop today because I normally do. Yeah, but what a view. What a fantastic vista. And ever onward and ever upward we go. That second gear on these T7s, it really is that climber gear. You just bang it into second and yeah, just away she goes, plugging away. Whoa, we nearly lost the front end there. Too busy yabbering and chatting away. It's quite a long gear as well, second on the T7s. I think this is the one thing that Pete is certainly going to notice when he comes up. He's normally rides in and around that South Downs kind of area, lots of chalk, lots of mud. And those of you that know, chalk and mud when it's wet is probably the slippiest substance known to man. Apart from the Yorkshire Dales loose graded tracks that we're on. So very different kind of slippy, Pete. Whoop, false neutral there, wow. Yeah, very different kind of slippy, but slippy nonetheless. So that's certainly something that Pete's going to have to get his head around. But the reward for coming up those slippy trails is what we've got all around us now. Absolutely beautiful scenery. And I tell you what, folks, I mean, I'm riding in 16 degrees here, completely stripped down to literally just body armour and jersey over the top, and it is incredibly pleasant. I do love this area a lot. And here's the gate. Oh, this one's opening on me. You know, there we are, always getting too close to these gates. So there we are. Let's have, I mean, look at that, 16 degrees. This is just fantastic. I mean, come on, doesn't get much better than this, does it? Well, folks, I just flipped the camera on there. Just wanted to share this descent coming off the top of Gilbert Lane down towards Starling Busk. And it is absolutely incredible on a day like today, where we've got such clear skies and clear views all the way around. Just amazing. Just a nice turn of pace across the tops there. I hear those rocks pinging off that bash plate. Yeah, nice turn of pace across the tops there, and we're tumbling down. So the rest of this route I know very well. I am going to ride it just to time prove it, just so that I can get a gauge on where we are for the day when Pete's up, HipoDrones. So I am going to close the video down here, folks, if you stuck with me to the end, and thank you very much as always. If you haven't done so already, then please hit that subscribe button and drop a comment, be it positive or negative. If it is a negative one, that's all good, but just do me the courtesy to let me know what it is that you don't like about the videos, and you never know, it is something that I may well be able to change. So from me and the T7 in this beautiful surrounding of the Yorkshire Dales, wherever you are in the world, guys, whatever you're doing, keep it safe, keep it shiny side up, and we will catch you for the next one. Cheers, folks. Bye now, bye.